Unbelievable. I finally get a chance to visit Liberl and Alzheim, and I can't even try any of the food? You could have at least let me buy a few souvenirs.
Well, unfortunately, we were running short on time. Now, if we had been traveling through Crossbell or Longport, it would have been a different story. But alas.
Personally, I'm glad we're making haste. Just to steer clear of trouble, you know? Can't say I ever imagined us entering the city like this, though.
Travel by car is the optimal method of transportation in the Republic, especially if we wish to remain undetected. A truth Dingo taught me, as a matter of fact.
Huh, that's so.
Oh? Were you familiar with them as well?
That I was. Used to work some under-the-table jobs with him, actually. He was the one who introduced me to Arkwright. We got along pretty well, I'd say, on account of us being the same age and all. Heck, we even shared a few drinks together. Heard about what happened to him last November, though. And some folks have spent the better part of the year dealing with what he left behind.
Unfortunately, yes.
Seeing as I was never directly involved in the situation, I'll refrain from speaking on it.
Well, anyway, what really matters is that everything turned out all right in the end. And that Lapis is finally back to normal. Oh, that reminds me, actually. You mentioned yesterday you got a new body or something?
I was considering going back to my old one at first, but... Well, after transferring over to Marduk, Jorg recommended I switch to a new body with all the latest tech.
Apparently, the Meister has connections with a few of Marduk's financial backers. Either way, as I've heard it told, this new body of hers was built to simulate her previous one, albeit with a slightly matured appearance.
Which is why I feel right at home in this thing. But the best part of all is that I'll be able to get updates in the future. I can't really do much with it until it's been properly optimized, of course. But I'll be able to eat my body weight in food in the meantime.
I think you said something about your palate sensors being more accurate now too, right? That things must taste like a real dream. Sure reminds me of someone else I know. Aren't you worried about what all that eating's gonna do to your friend's wallet, though?
Well, I'm open to financial contributions, if you're so concerned.
Oh, wow! It almost looks like there's a bunch of smoke out there. And is it just me, or is everything swaying?
Oh yeah, that right there is a sandstorm. Heard this region gets a whole bunch of them at the start of spring. And all that swaying you see, that's called a heat haze. They're a pretty common sight in deserts, especially during the summer.
According to local weather reports, sandstorms have been occurring more frequently than usual this year. Fortunately, however, they've been confined to areas outside of the city and... Oh.
There it is!
Oh, so that's the famous 6-star hotel, huh?
Indeed it is. Situated within the city's entertainment district, as opposed to its cultural district. It seems we've finally arrived at our destination, Tharbad.
I can't wait to see what their food is like. I've heard it's simply delectable.
So those kids you mentioned should be there already, right?
Correct. And whether or not you find them suitable for the job, I leave to your discretion.
That Etwas must be them.
Oh my gosh! It's LP! Hey! Over here! Swin! Nadia!
So, it was Pigtails and the pretty boy you were talking about, huh? Heard they were just little kids back during the Retributive Tower incident.
Well, they certainly aren't anymore. Anyway, Let's park our car first, shall we?
Nadia! Swin! I can't believe this! You look amazing, LP! Your other body was great too, of course. But this is something else! You look all grown up! Hold your horses, Nadia! I can't breathe!
Can you blame her? You were a shard body for ages. You look great, Lapis. We'll need to make sure to thank Jorg when we see him next.
Thank you, Gosh, Nadia, enough already! What? Oh, I see. Grown-ups don't do hugs, huh? Come on, don't do this to me, LP! If I don't get affection, I'll die!
Do you even hear yourself right now?
I'm pleased to see you're both in good health. I'll assume your homecoming was a good one then?
It was, yeah. Actually got a chance to work through some stuff while we were there, too.
And I'm glad we did. We also got to tell everyone about what happened to my brother. By the way, boss, did you pick out these clothes? Don't tell me this is what you're into.
As is expected of an attendant, I simply chose garments that seemed to best suit my master. And I'll refrain from rising to the bait, thank you.
Rufus and I picked this one out together. It's lovely, don't you think?
Can't say I disagree. By the way, he the guy you mentioned?
Kevin Graham. Just your regular old traveling priest. I've heard a lot about you two. Not just from Rufus, but from Arkwright and Wazzy too. And basically everyone in Crossbell.
Guess we really get around, don't we?
We've heard about you too. Like how you're the onion from Gehenna.
Yeah, Wait, I am not an onion!
I'm Swin Abel, and she's Nadia Rain. Glad to hear you know Van already. Makes things easier for us.
So, I know you probably want to get right down to business, but personally, I think we should have a little fun first. Fun?
You see, I had the two of them make a reservation for us ahead of time. It's been quite a while since we've been together in one place, after all. So I thought, why not take some time to enjoy ourselves at the Al Jumeirah?
Here I go, LP! Hiya! Not fair, Nadia! Ah!
Don't worry, I got this, Lapis.
Hey, Ass! No need to be a jerk!
Don't want to hear that from you!
should. Still need to give Boss the old what for, after all. Then, I think I'll inflict some divine punishment on this no-good onion priest for ignoring that childhood friend of his.
When the heck did I become the... Wait, you know about her?
Anyway, can you two please help me babysit?
How rude! I am an adult, I'll have you know. Talk smack all you want, but I know you can't take your eyes off me right now.
Huh? Well, of course I can't.
Huh? Whoa, Nadia, your face looks like a tomato.
I must say, it's rather refreshing to see Nadia so flustered for once.
I am not flustered. I mean, it's simply a fact of life that we're a super lovey-dovey couple.
For what it's worth, I wasn't trying to fluster her. Though I won't deny that we are a lovey-dovey couple.
S, you really have to stop doing that!
All right. Guess there's no harm in joining in. Let's split into teams, and whoever loses has to treat the winners to ice cream.
Boo! I deserve to be treated to ice cream regardless of whether I win or lose.
What? Why?
Gosh, such a princess.
We should probably teach her about the concept of humility someday, huh?
Yes. Someday.
Since when were you such a softie? That being said, though, Swin, Nadia, think you'd mind heading off to do your own thing for a bit?
Huh?
What do you...
I'll pay for all your expenses, of course. Feel free to do some sightseeing, enjoy the local cuisine, whatever you want. I mean, don't you dream of living that lazy life? You could just chill and...
Now hold on.
What are you trying to say? You want to cut us loose or something?
Boss, what's this all about?
So you two knew about this, did you?
I promise we're not trying to exclude you guys or anything. It's just that, well, I felt bad about forcing you to come along.
We know full well the path you two have walked. We simply wish to be more respectful of your feelings going forward. All that to say, this is your choice to make. Well, actually, it's Father Kevin's, but I digress.
Wait.
Is this about our oath?
Yeah. You guys swore to never kill again, right?
We're no longer anyone's tools, and we'll never force anyone to be ours.
You're the last person we're ever going to kill.
Farewell.
Well, let's just say this mission isn't gonna be casualty-free. And if you're not feeling up to it, I don't intend on pushing you to take part. You understand what I'm getting at, right?
I know just how important that oath is to you too, which is why I'd prefer to not drag you into this.
As for why I'm joining, I'm already a rotten bastard. And Lapis, well, she was always different from us anyhow. I imagine shouldering such a burden will be of little consequence to her.
How could you possibly know that? You know, we did a little research into your background recently, Mr. Thousand Hand Guardian. Or should I call you the Heretic Hunter?
The Church's Punisher. The man who rivals even Iscariot. While we were still with the Gardens, the Overseers warned us to be more wary of you than even the Society's own enforcers.
Well, I certainly don't feel like I could beat them. And I guess I can see why they'd view me as a threat. Actually, want to hear a funny story? See, during last year's whole Horacion debacle, I was on standby in case things went sour, you know? If Almada or the Gardens got a little too close to fulfilling their plan, I was instructed to take them out with one very particular artifact.
The same one you used to eliminate that Anguis.
Consider yourselves lucky that you left the Gardens. Knew a few folks that had been abducted and brainwashed by them, so I imagine you guys weren't there of your own free will or anything. But nevertheless, if we'd bumped into each other back then, you two would have been hunted down no mercy.
That's some confidence you got there.
We wouldn't have gone down easily. Not then, and not now.
Kevin, there's no need to be so rude to them.
At any rate, we won't be starting this request of his until tomorrow, which means you'll have the rest of the evening to think things over. And considering this establishment is only open until 7 p.m., I believe it would behoove us to move on to our lodgings for the night.
Right. Guess this really isn't the best place to hash things out anyway.
Doubt we'll have an answer for you anytime soon, though. Wait. We're staying here, aren't we? At the Aljamera?
While I certainly wish that were the case, I'm afraid I don't have that kind of money at the moment. You see, after paying for both the pool and dinner, I have not but 10,000 mira to my name.
He had all his hidden assets seized by the CID recently. the secret bank account he made while he was still in the Empire, his stocks, credit, ingots, all gone.
Damn, they really stripped you bare, huh? Well, you have my sympathies. Maybe you can ask your little brother if he's got cash to spare?
I'd like to believe I'm not that shameless. That aside, I am dead. It wouldn't do to rise from the grave asking for money. In any event, I'm no longer a target of high priority to the CID.
Which means you just got a whole lot easier to hire.
Wait a sec. Then what was with that sports car you were driving? That thing's gotta cost at least $1 million!
That was a rental from Elsheim. In fact, I've already returned it to the dealer.
Something else to wrap my head around. So where are we staying then?
In the cultural district. The inn we booked is supposed to have some really tasty food, too.
How